The University of Western Australia Rugby Football Club commenced with a match against Claremont-Cottesloe on the 19th of May 1929. This team was led by Dick Calthrop, a Perth player who received dispensation to play for both clubs. Dick was instrumental in encouraging players to join uni, including Phil Langley as president in 1931 and the now Sir John Levan, who became the first secretary of the club. In 1933, uni were the leading team in first grade and defeated Fremantle at Cottesloe Oval. A and B grade gained their first minor premierships, with B grade losing their grand final to Athletic. George Burkett, seen here, was selected to play for the Australian universities on a tour to Japan. Kit Olsen is seen converting a try against Cottesloe at Victoria Park in 1934. George Burkett is holding the ball. In 1938, A grade were runners up to South Perth 21-13. This shot shows that team, including John Levan, later knighted, and Alan Robertson, who received an OBE for services to the community. Here uni played Perth in a trial in 1939. Uni was long known to have a diabolical field in the wet. Here a Perth player slips in the muddy conditions at uni during a game in 1939. By the end of the same year, the A grade had been runners-up in the Sevens and won the minor premiership, but succumbed to South Perth 14-11 in the grand final. Over the war years, uni continued to play while other clubs folded or went to the league. This team travelled to Adelaide in 1944 and includes Harold Clough. Towards the end of the war, the A grade was coached by George McClure and Sid Mazzucchelli. This is the A grade of 1945, and this the A grade of 1946. A photo of the victorious B grade premiers in 1947. A grade were premiers and minor premiers in 1947, defeating Palmyra 18-17 with the last kick of the game. With B grade and C grade also winning, uni won the prestigious Triple Crown. Bill Knott was captain of both the University A grade and the stateside in 1948. In 1948, uni were runners-up in all three grades after winning all three the previous year. This was also the year Associates began in A grade. Don Blair is seen here evading a tackle in a game against Associates in 1953. Uni were runners-up to Soak 6-3 in the A grade grand final. Uni had three reps in the 1953 Australian University team to tour Ceylon, included with John Levan as manager, Rob Leshan and Mel Bungie. Hugh Davies is seen here preparing to tackle Peter Moffat of Wests, a new club formed 4 years earlier by past uni players Joe Lord and John Safoulis. Uni won this final 21-6 and beat Cottesloe 20-6 in the grand final. This was the B grade in 1954, posing in the uni grounds. And this is the same team who finished the season as minor premiers. In 1956, the B grade was once again coached by Nick Sadlier, a uni stalwart who brought many premiership pennants to the club. Another team under the guidance of Nick Sadlier, this time in 1957. UWA played the New South Wales under-21s at Riley Oval in 1958. Here Lionel Ward is held back, with John Smith looking on as Brian Leach is about to score. Scrum half Rick Vigers clears the ball. Ross Harold and John Middleton look on in 1959. WA played Australia at Subi Oval in 1961, Australia winning 67-0. Here Brian Leach brings down Wallaby winger and Commonwealth Games athlete Michael Cleary in a bootlace tackle. Breakaway Rob Vile and Hugh Lanks to drive forward in a match against Perth in 1963. Warren Maggie is seen here being tackled by Reb Forel, again in 1963. 1965 grand finalists uni with a youthful Bruce Hartley, Rob Vile, Jack Cullen and Brandon Brooksbank. This footage from 1966 was from a match between Uni and Perth played at Perry Lakes. You can notice some interesting developments of the ground, including the removal of the cinders track. Also, the change in laws has improved the lineouts, but not necessarily the scrummage. The team is led out by Bruce Hartley. Words cannot describe what you are about to see, so fill up your glass, sit back and enjoy. In 1967, Uni were premiers when they defeated Netherlands 30 points to 9 in the grand final. Jerry Chadwick, the Netherlands 5'8", finds himself the wrong way up, with University winger John Skillen also failing to find his feet during a game in 1967. In 1968, Uni played a social match against a team of wives and girlfriends. This is the before shot, and this is the after shot. Here, Uni take on Palmyra in 1968. Training at Riley Oval in 1969 with Mike Sweeney, Rob Farrell and Warren Maggi. Uni versus West at Perry Lakes in 1971. The 1972 second semi at Perry Lakes was won by West 13-3. Uni, however, had revenge and won the grand final 7-6, their last A-grade grand final win. B. Mackey gets the ball away as he's tackled by Uni captain Phil Lewis. Jack Cullen is in support. Uni versus Netherlands at Riley Oval saw Bruce Hartley and Simon Fraser, Chris Carlisle tackling and Rob Pickard in 1975. In 1976, Rick Lyle, Brian Brand, Neil Munro and Steve Costley protect Sam Hondros, who gives the ball to scrum half Rob Pickard. A new team of 1979 at Palmyra, including Paul Gauntlet, who still plays each week for the students. Uni have long had many junior teams. This team of 1982 includes former state centre Bart Hart. Les Horribles was commenced in order that all Uni players got a game on the weekend. Bruce Hartley, seen here in 1983, was our inscrutable leader. All the President's men seen together at a function in 1984 to honour Bruce Hartley. Hartley, Lee Christensen and Brandon Brooksbank are seen here. Past players to honour Hartley at the testimonial dinner in 1984. The 1985 second grade side. This photo was taken at Steve's, the site of much of Uni's consumption and cultural development. 1988 saw the last Colts premiership. This side bristled with talent, with Alistair Box, Tim Meacham and John Wellborn all going on to represent Australia at under-21 level. The three represented in 1994 for WA, Queensland and New South Wales respectively. Uni's 1990 grand final under-16 team with coach Pat Colgan. Three turds during 1991, Michael Hughes, Tom Allen and Andrew O'Connell, winners of the highest honour bestowed by the club. The 1992 end-of-season game. 1993 saw an unusual event, the Players' Review. Here two very attractive players, alias Mark Skivington and Mick Collis, impressed the girls. The site which most people had recognised as the Uni Rugby Club. The two bookends, Peter Morton and Alistair Box, concentrate hard on the steps beside Riley Oval before the South African game in 1993. A fairly typical university side, showing Floyd Heroini and a pumped-up Peter Jones, the first-grade coach of 1994. First ever club photo in 1993, taken inside the new club rooms with the dearly departed Emu, the club's mascot, up front. Some footage now of the university first grade at Riley Oval against traditional rivals Associates in 1992. Note Alistair Box seagulling in the number 7 jersey. And Big Mal Washburn in the number 8. Number 9 with the ball, the legend Jimmy Hope. A penalty awarded to University, and for the young kiddies out there watching, James Patterson about to put the ball into touch, undergoing a very special warm-up routine. Keep your eye on it, number 12.
Duck hair. She's in the bushes having great sex with somebody. That gets you off the catch. The whole of the second 15. Best part in the second. I see great sex.
From the picturesque Riley Oval to McGilvray Oval, the future of the club with club rooms, dual playing fields, change rooms and support facilities. The end. Or is it only the beginning?